Yo, yo, yo. This my mic right here. But nah though, shit. I really just wanted to come on this bitch and run a little up, you hear me? I wanted to speak about the law of integrity. And that's something that been like on my mind heavy lately. Me and my brother's been talking about it and shit. As y'all know, if you on this channel, I've been on this channel before, like I do music, do a lot of investing, shit like that, boom boom. I got clothes, all that shit. My brother, he do real estate and he do a bunch of different shit too. You know what I'm saying? He also my manager. But we was talking about like, boom, like why I feel like we'll run up buku money and then we fuck it up every time. Like we'll run up thousands. Like we done both had some bags. We'll run up a bag and then go back to zero and then have to run it back up again and then go back to zero and run it back up again. It's like a cycle almost. So we'll just talk about this shit together like, fuck, like why that be happening? Woo. It was a period in time I just had a daughter. So that's why I'm going to make this video quick because I got to go back in the house and hug my baby. But when she was a baby, she on like 3 months now, but when she was like little, we'd get up about 3 o'clock every morning. I took a leave at the time, so I have her 3 o'clock in the morning. We walk around the house, and then it's like she always ended up going down about 4. But in that time, I always had lyrics come to me. Like a lot of my next project, I know the intro for sure came from that time, like me just freestyling around that time. Like lyrics would come, and I'll pray with her, and then she'll go back to sleep. But it'll be like thoughts, lyrics. It's just a flow of energy around that time. You know what I'm saying? All my good people know, you know what I'm saying, the witching hours or whatever you would like to call it. But yeah, 3 o'clock every time she got up, and we'll have like our own little moment, being the spirit, feed her, she go back to sleep, cool. But one of the things that came, because it was after me and my brother was having that conversation, it was like, boom, the law of integrity. That's why we keep going through this cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me and him, we always speak on like being integrable in practice. Mind you, I don't know if that's a word. If it's not, fuck you. But we'll talk about like being integrable, being ethical, like sticking to the code, and how ain't nothing big out here than your name. Because when you in any kind of business, you know what I'm saying, legal, illegal, whatever, if you in any kind of business, you know, like your face mean more than anything else. You could come with a bag, but if a nigga know they can't trust you because you slimy, they not gonna fuck with you. And if you ain't got a bag, if you not slimy and you a stand-up nigga throw you something, nigga get you back on your feet. So it's like, we know that like keeping a solid code, keeping, you know what I'm saying, being straight up and down with everybody you dealing with is more important than having a bag, having the charisma, all that cute shit. That shit fade. Being stand up, people gonna remember that forever. You know what I'm saying? So, but what hit me was having that same mentality towards yourself. Being stand up and standing on your word that you hold with yourself. So what hit me then was like, boom, I keep going through this cycle. And I told him like, bitch, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me. I keep going through this specific cycle because I'm not standing on my word with myself. You know what I'm saying? And by that I mean it's like, every time I'm low, like I fuck the money up. If I fuck the money up, I know what I'm gonna do with the money when I get it. You hear me? Like, I'm in that bit like, okay, boom. If I say I go all the way back to a G-Bo, all I got on me is a stack. I bet I just had 20 bands, now I got a stack. I owe this much to these people because I fucked up the money over here. I owe this much to these people. Woo. I'm going to tell myself, like, I bet. I run this stack up to this because I can't really do nothing with a stack. I run the stack up to about 5 or 10, and then I can pay a little bit here, pay a little bit there, and then get back on my feet and shake back how I'm going to shake back. If I run that stack to a 10 fast, I'm going to be like, well, shit. Like, this all me, you hear me? This just real shit all the way around. If I run that stack up to a 10 fast enough, I'm going to forget that I said I was going to budget my money like this and pay this here and pay this there and then use this to invest and da-da-da. I might fuck around, forget that, and be like, if my stack turned to 10 in a month, then the next month I should be able to turn this 10 to 100. I put the 10 on everything, lose all that shit, and be -5. It's like, that's just like, because it's like growing up. Like, I grew up in that raggedy. I grew up around straight hustlers all my life. It always been like flipping, keep flipping. So it's like, that's something I had to deal with myself. And that's another thing I spoke on like on my like my upcoming project. It's like I had a song where I said hustling is one of my biggest vices. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like just totally relying on my own understanding rather than knowing that God got me, knowing that I'm connected to source and everything I need gonna come about how it should. I be like, I know God got me. I know it's gonna come how it should. But I'ma also make this bitch come right now today. So it's like understanding that I'm not standing on my own word, and by that merit or by that, like, by me conducting myself in that way, that's what's fucking the money up. Not some wild circumstance from the universe and some random shit happening. And I don't know why this. I can't play the I don't know why game, because I know exactly why. I'm not standing on my word with myself. And it's even funnier because I fucked around and had an example of that shit. Like, nigga, it's Sunday. I had the example Friday. Like, I had the example Friday. I had a brand new one. It just came out of a spell where I had fucked up all the money. I was back down, you know what I'm saying, low. And I said, like, okay, I'm gonna go by the book with this one. Like, I'm working. I'm not doing no extra bullshit. Like, all that shit I'm not doing none of that bullshit. And I'm like, if I get in a position, I'm gonna start back investing. I'm not gonna take no bullshit ass like trades. Like, I'm not gonna get too into trying to flip the money. I got a lifetime fucking like, I'm in hella groups with, like, they give you signals on trades. I'm in hella shit with, like, I got like a lifetime group with like niggas who be gambling, all that shit on the sports betting. And I'm like, I'm not fucking with none of that. I'm gonna stick to the ethics of this shit. Like, what I really know. Like, I know investing in a company at a good price and in that bitch, like riding that bitch all the way up and getting a great percentage on the year on my money. So I'm like, I'm gonna stick to that. And when I get enough money, I'm gonna trade, but I'm gonna trade my futures like I trade now, being that I'm a Red Panda. I'm gonna trade my futures, and I'm gonna stick to that one setup end game. I ain't gonna do none of that bullshit. I'm gonna trade my little setup, and I'm gonna that bitch. I ain't gonna be trading. I ain't gonna be trying to day trade options and all that shit. Like, if I fuck with options, I might do like a leap. Like, I had it set up. I'm gonna budget my money. The money I get from multiplying, I'm gonna pay off my debts, my credit cards, all of this shit I picked up on, thinking that I was the richest nigga in the world and the money was never gonna stop in 2021 like we all did. But so I'm like, all that shit, I'm gonna work it like that. I got into a position I was able to, like, not only fund my account again, but I was able to fund my baby account, like fund my daughter account. And nigga, that shit turned me up a different way. But I was able to fund my daughter account, put some money in her account, put some money in my account, and we just been watching the market, buying stocks in at great prices, you know what I'm saying, the shit Ian call, as well as like the numbers I get myself from listening to Market Mondays, and knowing like, okay, take 20% off the all-time high, 50%, 75%, and just watching what the market going through and investing based on this. And on top of them, like, me investing that way and me focusing on that, I was going to do my music a certain way, which I'm still doing. And I was going to also refrain from teaching, refrain from talking about the shit, refrain from, you know what I'm saying, like, coming to everybody like, nah, y'all need to do this. Like, from investing to music to like the health side of shit. Like, y'all know, if you know me, you know like how I eat and how I kick it, how I work out, all that. Like, all this shit this year, 2025, is personal for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Me, my old lady, and my baby. Like, I'm only focusing on them 3 people. If you come and ask me a question, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need something and you hit me up, I got you. But I'm not going to come to you. I'm not going to see what's on your plate and be like, boy, that's why you got high cholesterol. I'm not going to see you fucking up your money and be like, see, you need to put your money over here. I'm not going to do nothing. Like, that was what I was telling myself. Like, this personal for me and my family, me and my household, me and my temple. You hear me? So, that was like the plan. Me being a nigga, Me being a nigga, think about it. I make music, bro. I rap. Meaning, my favorite thing to do is to talk about myself. So, of course, you know what I'm saying, in a few ways, in more ways than I'm proud of, I could be a little arrogant asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get assholey. And with that, you know, as I'm watching the market do what it started to do in February, where it started to come down to these prices I wanted to get in there because I funded our accounts. I funded me and my baby accounts. And I'm watching it come to these numbers I wanted it to come to. And that I was telling all my partners, like, hey, bro, it's going to hit this number right here. Like, it's going to go just like this here, woo. And I'm watching them come down, watching it happen. A specific company I wanted to get into that I had to watch some of my partners run up on since it was $25, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Raven and them. Shout out to Raven and his wife. They was in that bitch at $25. That bitch went up to 127, woo. Palantir. I see Palantir start coming back. I'm telling them. I told my partner, Vay. I'm like, look, that bitch gonna go to about 70 something. It's gonna break that 80. Now, boom. If you seen what was happening to the market last week, well, I guess when this come out week before last, you seen 4 days straight, it was dropping like crazy, nigga. The Monday, it started really that Friday. Friday it dropped, Monday it dropped, Tuesday it dropped, Wednesday it dropped, and Thursday it dropped. Me being a nigga, my arrogance kicked in because I was like, it's gonna hit the number I said. So it went from, yeah, I'm just personal, I'm gonna keep some, to me being like, I'm gonna take a trade on Palantir because I'm that nigga and I could do what I want. And I was like, a nigga, it's gonna break 81 for sure. It's gonna break 80. I took an 81 call, 81 put. I'm like, it's gonna break 80. I took an 81 put on a Thursday night, which is some shit I don't do. I took the shit at Thursday night. I'm like, it fell all week since last Friday. It's going to keep falling, which is stupid because I know if it fall that much over that long, it's going to pick up at some point or somebody going to jump out the fucking roof in New York or something. So I'm like, somebody going to jump out the window on Wall Street. I know it's going to shake back on this Friday. It's going to try to pump back up. And the month ending, everything I know I went against because I was being an arrogant piece of shit. And it's on Robinhood, bitch. I don't have a stop loss or take profit or none of that shit on Robinhood. I don't day trade options no more. Like, I stopped that shit in like 2022, nigga. I don't even fuck with that shit like that. I don't got none of that shit set up. I don't even know how to set that shit up on Robinhood. I don't even know if that's possible, nigga. Like, unless you got like Legend or some shit. So I'm just supposed to be buying stocks in Bitcoin and chilling. But nigga, I fuck with that, you hear me? I fuck with that. Thursday night, Friday morning, I'm at work, bitch. I look down, it bumped. It hit 79. I'm like, see, I'm so smart. Look, I set the trade, and I was doing everything I was doing based around me talking shit about it because I'm an arrogant asshole at times. So I'm like, I can't wait to tell niggas I did some shit I shouldn't have did, and I still profited. You hear me? But it was only a few dollars, on like $60. I'm like, I profited. You hear me? I spent a little 60. It hit 79 that morning. Nigga, I was up like 191, some shit like that. He said, "Now I'm more like 191." I'm like, bitch, that's a good little 3-4. You hear me? Good little three times that. I see it hit 79. Me being out of my zone because I'm doing something that's against my own things I said. Me being out of my zone, I don't even take the profit. I don't even cash out. I don't even fucking take the money. Any other time, I would have took the money. I seen it hit 79 that early, which should have been an indicator that it was going to go back up. I seen it hit 79 as soon as the market opened. I'm up 191. I fucked around and was like, oh, it's at 79? It's going to go to 76. No indication that it's going to do that. I'm just like, it's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. I'm watching it throughout the day. It didn't go lower. When I took the trade, it was at $84. because I seen it was going low, bouncing all that shit. I took it at $84. I was like, it's gonna go down to break that 81. I'm just trying to make a couple dollars. I see the shit is at 79. I'm up 191. I'm like, it's gonna go lower instead of just taking the fucking profit. By the end of the day, it was back at 85. It was back at 85. I lost all that money. Again, it's only $62. I wasn't tripping. Back at 85, I lost that money. And I wasn't tripping. I just like laughed at myself. But it hit me later that day like, damn, that's another example, like on a small scale, of exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like that's what I needed to solidify putting me back in my zone where it's like, nah, bro, don't fall for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fall for the okie doke. Like, don't even fall for that shit because you know better. You know what I'm saying? You know better, do better. And like, it really hit me like, again, I decided not to stand on the law of integrity with myself. I said what I was going to do, how I was going to do this money, what I wasn't going to do, what I wasn't going to fuck with. I wasn't going to be day trading options like that. I wasn't going to be woo-doo-woo. But instead, I got greedy. I did it. And I went against myself. And I fucked it up again. And it was a better example because I got to see firsthand that it's not the system that's fucking you up because I made the money. But when you step outside of yourself, you usually don't follow none of your protocol. You don't stop at one protocol that you don't follow. You don't follow none of that shit. How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you enter something is how you exit something. I entered it undisciplined, not doing none of the shit I should have did. So when I was at profit, I could have took the money and been like, okay, I did some shit, I got the money. But I didn't take the profit because I couldn't even exit in a disciplined manner because I didn't enter in a disciplined manner. You hear me? So, bro, it's just, I peeped the cycle. I got a micro version of a macro cycle that I always tend to go through. And I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful to the creator. I love this shit. I love life, you hear me? I love like just being able to peep shit. Like, that's one of my favorite things about being a creator is like, okay, bet I'm able to peep the story and all the shit around me. And yeah, I don't know why I felt the urge to share that with y'all. But I'm sharing it with y'all, you hear me? So in conclusion, if you find yourself feeling like you're fucking the money up or you going through a certain cycle, it could be like love, health, relationships, like financial, whatever the fuck shit you got going on at work, all that, school, all that. If you find yourself going through a cycle that you're not feeling, you're not loving, before you blame what you doing, before you blame the way you working out, and before you blame the diet you took on, before you blame the person you with, you know what I'm saying? Before you blame all these things, think about, damn, am I being stand up with myself? Am I doing this for the right reason? Am I sticking to the things I told myself I was gonna do when I did it? Just am I being integrable with myself? Again, I don't know if integrable is a word, but it's flowing off the tongue nice. So if it is a word, let me know in the comments. I love y'all niggas you hear, but that's it. That's it, bitch. That's all I had.